Dr. Kenzo Tenma is still reeling from the aftermath of his decision to save Johann Liebert over the city as mayor. His reputation has crumbled, his engagement is over, and whispers follow him through the hospital corridors. He saved a child's life, no matter what it cost him. Yet Tenma remains certain he did the right thing. His twin sister Anna has been placed in a foster home under police protection. She's still traumatized, speaking only one word: monster. Days pass. Johann remains in the hospital, recovering quietly. Then, one night, the hospital plunges into chaos. Dr. Tenma, exhausted from his shift, is jolted awake by news that Director Heinemann, his former boss and Eva's father, has been found dead in his office. And not just him. 2 other senior hospital officials have also been murdered, all killed with precise gunshots to the head. The detectives are polite but sharp. They know about Tenma's conflict with the director. They know his career was derailed by the man who's now lying dead. Police swarm the hospital. The news spreads quickly. 3 high-ranking staff are dead on the same night. The murders are too precise, too calculated. It doesn't look like a robbery, nor a random act of violence. Tenma is pulled aside for questioning, but doubt clouds the room. Tenma insists he knows nothing. As Tenma leaves the station, his mind spins. He can't help but connect the murders to Johann and Anna, the twins caught up in tragedy and mystery. The next day, he rushes back to the hospital to check on Johann. But Johann's bed is empty. The boy is gone. No one saw him leave. No visitors were recorded. He simply vanished. Tenma feels the world tilt beneath his feet. 3 top officials are dead: Heinemann, Boyer, and Oppenheim. And now the mysterious boy Tenma saved has disappeared. Others see him as a man touched by misfortune or something darker. And somewhere deep inside him, fear takes root, because suddenly a terrible thought occurs. Detective Lunge, a methodical and almost robotic officer from the BKA, takes over the case. He's cool, precise, and disturbingly thorough. He questions Tenma again and again, pressing for details. Did he save a life or unleash a monster? Monster, Chapter 4, but Runga looks skeptical. He seems convinced that everything points back to Tenma himself. Dr. Kenzo Tenma stands alone in the hospital corridor, staring at Johann's empty bed. The police begin a massive search for the missing boy, but Johann has vanished without a trace. In the following days, Tenma tries to focus on his work, but rumors swirl through Eisler Memorial Hospital. He saved a boy's life, but at what cost? People begin whispering behind Tenma's back. Some wonder if he's involved, the boy's chillingly calm eyes, the way Anna screamed about a monster. Meanwhile, the police continue their investigation. Lunge is polite, never raising his voice, but his piercing eyes suggest he already suspects Tenma of something far worse than negligence. One day, Tenma learns that Anna, Johann's sister, has vanished from her foster home. No note, no clue. She's gone. Tenma's world feels like it's crumbling. He starts digging into the twins' past. He visits Inspector Runge, another officer involved in the case, and tries to explain that something strange surrounds the Liebert children. Tenma starts remembering bits and pieces from the night he saved Johann. Late one night, Tenma takes a walk through the streets of Dusseldorf. Rain pours from a dark sky. Neon lights reflect on the wet pavement. Tenma wonders if fate is punishing him for his choice. Suddenly, a soft voice calls his name. He turns and sees Anna standing under a street lamp, drenched in rain. She looks older somehow, pale, her eyes full of sorrow. Tenma hurries toward her, but she steps back. She whispers, "My brother is a monster." Before Tenma can ask more, Anna runs into the darkness and disappears. Tenma stands frozen, her words echoing in his mind. And deep down, a terrifying realization takes shape. The monster he saved may have started a killing spree. Monster. Chapter 5. Kenzo Tenma can't get Ana's words out of his mind. My brother is a monster. He searches the city for any trace of her, but she's vanished once again. Meanwhile, the police investigation into the murders at Iceland Memorial continues. Detective Lunge remains relentless, convinced Tenma holds secrets he's not revealing. Tenma tries to immerse himself in his work, saving lives in the operating room. But everywhere he goes, he senses eyes following him. One evening, as Tenma leaves the hospital, a detective approaches him with grim news. They've discovered a body in the city. A man connected to the Liebert twins' past. Tenma rushes to the scene. Police lights flash against brick walls in a dark alley. A man lies dead, shot in the head. The victim is Mr. Moorer, a man who once worked at the orphanage where Johann and Hanna lived after their parents' murder. Detective Lunge pulls Tenma aside and questions him again. Lunge's tone is calm, almost bored, as he asks, "Why is it that people connected to you keep dying, Dr. Tenma?" Tenma insists he knows nothing about the murder. But Lunge's eyes stay locked on him, calculating, storing every detail. Later, Tenma returns to the hospital, his mind racing. He realizes a terrifying pattern. People who know pieces of the twins' past are being systematically eliminated. Tenma decides he can't stay silent. He visits the police headquarters and demands to speak to Lunge. He carefully types Tenma's words into his invisible mental keyboard, memorizing every syllable. He tries to explain everything: the twins, the murders, Anna's warnings. But Lunge seems unmoved. Then Lunge leans closer and asks, "Dr. Tenma, why did you save Johann Liebert that night?" "It was the right thing to do," Tenma answers with trembling conviction, "because he was a patient who needed my help." To Johann's silent, piercing eyes, or awaken a monster who is now cleaning up every trace of his past. The city feels dark and hostile. But as he leaves the police station, Tenma feels more isolated than ever. Outside, rain pours in relentless sheets. Tenma thinks back to that night in the operating room, and he wonders, did I save a life? Others look at him as a man marked by misfortune or suspicion. Monster, Chapter 6. He tells Tenma that the police have traced a connection between Johann Liebert and several murders, including the recent killing of Mr. Moorer. Kenzo Tenma lies awake at night, staring at the ceiling. His mind keeps circling the same questions. Lunge says nothing for a moment, then calmly asks. He can't bring himself to say yes, but he can't say no either. Where's Johann? Why did Anna call him a monster? And why do people connected to them keep ending up dead? At the hospital, Tenma continues performing surgeries. His hands are steady, his skills unquestioned. Yet behind his surgical mask, doubt eats away at him. He notices whispers among his colleagues. Some still see him as a rising star. One morning, Tenma is summoned to the police station yet again. Detective Lunge sits across from him, utterly calm. The police suspect he may know something about the Liebert twins. Junkers has been hospitalized under police watch after sustaining injuries during his arrest. Tenma insists Johann was just a child. So you're suggesting a child committed these murders? Alarms beep as his heart rate spikes. Tenma has no choice but to call for the nurses. Tenma shakes his head. Detective Lunge leans closer, eyes narrowing. Or are you covering for someone, Dr. Tenma? Tenma leaves the station feeling suffocated. He realizes the police see him as a suspect. Meanwhile, a new piece of information emerges. A man named Adolf Junkers has been arrested on suspicion of theft and assault. His voice is barely a whisper. Tenma overhears detectives talking about Junkers in the hospital corridors. Late that night, driven by a sense of desperation, Tenma sneaks into Junkers' hospital room. A man lies in bed, pale and trembling. His eyes dart around nervously as Tenma enters. Tenma tries to keep his voice calm. "Tell me, What do you know about Johann Liebert? Junkers shudders. He's coming, the monster. He's coming for me. Tenma presses him for more details, but Junkers starts panicking. Junkers is sedated and falls back into a fearful sleep. Tenma leaves the room, rattled. He realizes two things. First, Adolf Junkers knows Johann. Second, Junkers is utterly terrified of him. Outside, Tenma stands under a gray dawn sky, rain soaking his coat. He whispers to himself, "If Johann is alive, I have to find him. I have to stop him before more people die."